How many appointments do you have scheduled for next week? I don't know right off. I think I have about 15 so far. Well, check and let me know ASAP. I have a conference call to get on. You know that if you are not at 25 by the time we finish this conversation, that you'll have to go to a call lab on Wednesday with the DM so she can sit and listen to you make calls to set appointments, so she can give her expert advice, right? I know that you are going to say that could be time spent helping customers here in the branch. I mean store, but not everyone thinks the way you do. You have to look at the bigger picture. X number of calls equals X number of talk-tos, which equals X number of appointments, which equals X number of people who will show up, which means X number of solutions you can sell. Got it? Because I did, that's why I'm in the position I am today. I helped so many tellers get promoted today at Xtranormal. I also need to know how many profiles you have for the day. You need to have at least 8 profiles. Customers or non-customers. 8 profiles means you have met with at least 8 people. And you should be able to sell at least one solution to every person you meet. Right? Right. If you don't think it's right, your DM thinks it's right, and what they say goes, 'cause they're in control. She and her manager were both in your role, and were tellers before that. They excelled greatly at it. That is the reason they are where they are today. They know exactly how difficult it is to sell solutions in a recession. How to sell to people who are not employed. How to sell loans to those who no longer meet the criteria. And how to sell savings and investments accounts to people who are just trying to make it and pay their existing bills. Absolutely they do. Why else would they be in the position they're in? I mean, the economy was the same 10 years ago as it is today. Right? Oh, and if you do not agree, you will be written up. And the way they see it, if you don't profile 8 customers and get 8 solutions, what are we paying you for? If we have tellers that can outsell our bankers, we must have the wrong people in the banker seats. Their words, not mine, so don't look at me like that. I don't care if you have to literally pull every person from the teller line. Oh, and if you do not adhere, you will be written up. Also, be sure that your 1-hour lunch and 1-hour dedicated call time are listed on your planner. In addition to directing and coaching, which by the way needs to be 2 hours each per day. If you do not adhere, you will be written up. And I know that you are going to say if you have an hour for calls, 2 hours for directing, 2 hours for coaching, an hour for lunch, and 3 or more hours for the 5 appointments per day that you are supposed to have, then there isn't any time left to help customers. Right? Ha ha ha. Oh yeah. Don't forget to give me your 7x11 results. Not to mention your results from your pack report dials. Speaking of which, what is your pack percentage for the month? Last time I checked you were at goal, but our hub is not, so we need you to pull their weight as well. So be sure you are doing your part there. You also need to be 100% on all leads worked. I know that 500 dropped. And during your 1-hour call time in the morning you make your pack dials, 2x2 dials, your 7x11 dials, and your at work dials, but you also need to be working those outstanding leads as well. Be sure you finish them by the end of this conversation or you will be written up. While we are speaking of at work, how many at work on sites have you scheduled? You need to have at least 2 scheduled per week. If you don't have at least 2, you will be written up. So make that a priority. They need to be included on your planner, and you still have to do everything else on the days you have the on-sites, meaning coaching, directing, your call time, and hold your 5 appointments. Notice I left out your lunch, because I suppose if you need to, you can always forgo that. Or you can schedule your on-sites for before work, or after work. Keep in mind that we promote a good work-life balance. However, if you are not able to adhere to any of this, not only will you be written up, but you'll have to stay until 6:30 this evening to fix it. Oh, that reminds me, you have to be here at 7:45 in the morning for a workshop Wednesday call. They will be discussing new strategies to increase profit. Speaking of which, You are not on board with any new money market accounts this week. What's up with that? You know that you can turn old savings accounts that have at least $2,500 into money market accounts, right? Even if it's going to be closed out in less than a month because they cannot keep up with the minimum balance requirements, and do not want the $10 monthly maintenance fee, it really doesn't matter because we'll get the profit up front. The goal, hub-wide mind you, is to sell at least 4 money market accounts per day. Now this goal is broad, generic, and applies to each branch, I meant each store, individually. So that absolutely means we are doing what's best, both for the customer and for the store. Leadership wouldn't tell us to do it if it weren't. So don't even start on the ethics of it. I know how you feel, but we are not here to simply service customers. Not anymore. The days of providing customer service are over. It's all about sales and what you can get from every customer. Yes, I realize customers were once prospects, and in order to make them customers we promised to be there for them, to help, guide, and truly look out for their financial well-being, and if they ever need anything, to let us know. But who really means that? When I was a top banker, I know I didn't. We have to train our customers to use the services available like online banking and calling toll-free customer service if they need assistance. Not coming into the bank wasting our time if it's not going to yield any results. Speaking of not coming into the bank taking up our time, have you called the leads for the customers that have not been in the store in 60 days? If not, get on it. Don't look at me like that. I realize you are going to say that one contradicts the other. Why coach someone to not come into the bank? I mean the store. I have to remember, store, not bank. Store, not bank. Anyway, why coach someone to not come into the store, then when they do just that, you have to call them to get them to come in. Oh well man, it is what it is. Don't tell anyone, but I'm just a yes man myself. I try and act like I'm down, but in reality, I'm not. So I expect you to be the same way. Speaking of being a yes man. Our DM said that you are not allowed to wear short-sleeve shirts. You have got to be kidding me, right? I'm as serious as a heart attack. Therefore I expect for you to adhere to that, even though the dress code policy does not state you have to wear long sleeves. These are all non-negotiables. So if you do not adhere, you will be written up. Is there anything you need from me? Seriously, yes. I want to make sure I'm doing all that I can to ensure you are successful. Wow. How about growing some effing balls, giving a little pushback, and running your store the way you know what, F it. Leadership is a bunch of assholes anyhow. All they do is win, 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 no matter what, right? So to answer your question, no, I'm good. There's not a single thing you can do for me. Great. I look forward to seeing your results at the end of the day. Don't forget, 2 checking accounts, 10 solutions, $1,000 profit, 2 packs activated, 2 partner referrals, 1 new approved loan app, 100 dials, 5 new appointments set, 5 appointments held, stage coaching, stage directing, and update your planner. Now let's get some bank, or store spirit, man. I'm out of here. Deuces. Hooty hoot biatch.